This world shall know pain.
I want to go ahead and say before we start this video that these are in fact Francesca Saric's real memories, with the Nova that we play in the game is a homunculus created by Echidna. The real Francesca Saric meets their end by the hands of our Nova that we play in the game and obtains the key decorated with eagle wings, which is there to signify the rightful heir to the throne of Calpheon. Nova came across a story about the kingdom long gone, a story her father never told her. The story was about the promised land abandoned by the god of light. The story of High Priestess Echidna, who led the abandoned children to the roots of Cataran. In the story, it is said that Echidna's children armed themselves with weapons created with the thorns of Cataran and slaughtered their enemies. Records stated that the blood they spilled became nourishment for Cataran and ushered in the glorious golden age of the ancient kingdom. After hearing this story, Nova decided to follow Echidna's steps down into the dead roots of Cataran. Then Echidna muttered, "Only good children who overcome the trial can become the Queen of Thorns." As Nova went deeper into the dead root, she smelled blood and something burning pierced her nose, and with the smell, Echidna whispered into her ear. Nova thought to herself it was her imagination. Startled by this, she began to open her eyes and found herself soaked in a cold sweat. Nova did not remember how she escaped. Nova then suddenly remembered the last night her and her father saw the stars together in Calpheon. Nova, remembering the words of her father, "Forgive my sins," and handed her the golden key decorated with eagle wings. "Forgive me for forcing you into eternal struggle." Nova remembered that this was the first and last time she saw tears in her father's eyes. She didn't understand at the time, as his words felt so distant. Thus Nova buried the key deep into her heart to remember her father. With one more memory, she remembered her father say to her, "Do not forget who you are. You are my one and only Francesca Saric." Francesca Saric is the secret daughter of Jihad Saric, who was also known as S. Francesca Saric is the only heir to the throne of Calpheon. She was imprisoned during the Calpheon and Hydel War. However, multiple individuals convinced the Callus that the woman cannot be Francesca Saric, as she is too young and the real Francesca should be double her age. The woman was then freed. Now, before we go and jump into her awakening, I want to clear some facts up with the High Priestess, Echidna. So she creates homunculi to expand Orzeka's conquest to revive Kazarka. The land shed with the blood from the battles of these homunculi, equipped with thorns of the Cataran tree, is the grounds from which the Lord of Corruption arises. Axion, the king of the dead, is the last king of the ancient kingdom, and bears the blood-stained crown even after death. He waits for the Queen of Thorns to deliver him from salvation. Nova visited the roots of Cataran following Echidna's trail and reread the history of the ancient kingdom, and every time she read the book, it gave her nightmares. She awaited the promised day when she would be able to gather the abandoned followers to form an army and reclaim the throne as she plants the young branch of Cataran. However, the nightmare became a reality before the promised day came. Nova saw a girl at the roots of Cataran. She could not believe what she was looking at. Was this the trial of the goddess Echidna mentioned? Or is she the fruit of the sin you confessed, Father? Nova exclaimed. The girl that appeared before her said, "My name is Francesca Saric, the rightful heir to the kingdom of Calpheon." The girl looked exactly like Nova. She had her face, her voice, her memories, and emotions. She even wields the morning star and emanates the chill of the distorted goddess. Nova, regaining her composure after what her eyes have seen, said to herself, "Father, pray to the goddess for my victory. An inevitable strife for the true heir of the throne awaits, and only one will survive to wield the thorn of the divine tree." After the fight, Nova won and Francesca Saric fell, and Nova said, "I have erased Francesca Saric from this plane and taking her as a whole, as her clone, and as her O'Neill. I have raised the young Cataran into a full bloom using Francesca Saric's blood as soil. I have been granted the Thorns of Cataran, the gift of the Thornwood goddess, I possess the king's key to validate my existence as Francesca Sarek. I am Francesca Sarek, the Queen of Thorns.